Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and share a bit of the Word of God. Thank you so much for joining me on this Tuesday morning for a hot cup of coffee and a hot cup of the Word of God. We are in the Torah portion of Mikketz, which means at the end. And this Sidra, this Aliyah, is taken from Genesis chapter 41, verses 39 through 52, but let's start at 51. And it says, Joseph named his firstborn Manasseh, because God has caused me to forget all my trouble and all my father's house. And the second he named Ephraim, because God made him fruitful in the land of my oppression. As a young person, I experienced a lot of trauma and mental and verbal abuse of religious authorities that were over me, and it caused me to be angry and bitter. But one day, when it just became too much, I was tired of dwelling on it. I was tired of thinking about it. I was tired of rehashing it in my head and carrying this burden. I took all that and gave it to God. I gave it to him. I said, take it. I don't want it anymore. I want it to be replaced with peace. You know, I don't want to remember this trauma. And when I did, God took it. He took it away. And now I don't remember that trauma. All that remains is good memories of my religious childhood past. And now that I'm older, I'm kind of come full circle. You see, when I was younger, I was not your cookie-cutter Christian. I was not like everybody else, a three-piece suit, King James only Bible, and singing Southern gospel songs. I was a Christian headbanger, reading the NIV, wearing ripped jeans and a t-shirt with an earring, and my church family just couldn't understand, and they were taught that that stuff was wrong, and so they kind of come against me, and I was kind of persecuted, and so you know, I started turning against the things, that I grew up with. I started hating Southern gospel music and the King James Bible, and I just did stuff to be different, because I didn't want to be like those people. And I experienced a lot of trauma, but like I said, I gave it to God, and I said, what's wrong with me to feel and think this way, and to be rebellious just for rebellious sake? And I know God that was leading me, and he was guiding me in what I was doing, because me and my friends had a great ministry to our peers that were not believers and were into heavy metal music. We were able to minister to them and bring several of them to the Lord through Christian rock music and through reading the NIV instead of the King James. But as I got older and I realized my immaturity of harshing against it just because they were harshing on me, I repented of those things and I asked God to forgive me, and the Lord healed me and took my trauma. And now I've come full circle and I'm reacquainting myself with the King James. I'm reacquainting myself with Southern gospel music and the old hymns. Somebody gave me an old hymn book from my childhood and I sing from it almost every day. And I'm just nostalgic about my childhood, and I don't remember. And if I do remember those bad things, I don't remember it with bitterness or hatred or that pain or hurt. It's gone away. And now I'm remembering all the great and good things about being raised in a very Southern-style, conservative Christian church and household. And I'm loving those good things, and I'm forgetting all the bad, just like what happened to Joseph. And now the Lord He's caused me to forget, like the name Manasseh means, and He's caused me to be like Ephraim, to be doubly fruitful, because now I've been healed and delivered from that bitterness of my and the trauma of my past, and I've been able to grow and be fruitful as a result by reintroducing myself and integrating into myself those things, those foundational things that were good for my youth. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom and God bless.